Hi there, nice of you to join me. So today I would like to share with you the work of an artist that I learned about when I was your age. My sister gave me this wonderful book, the Grandma Moses Storybook, and it was filled with copies of her paintings. And I would spend hours looking at the paintings, wondering what life was like back in the olden days, back out in the countryside where Grandma Moses lived. Do you know that she grew up in Vermont and next door in New York State? When she was older and had time to paint, those are the scenes she captured, the scenes of her childhood and days gone by. The wonderful thing about a Grandma Moses painting that I discovered when I moved to Vermont is that Vermont still looks a lot like a Grandma Moses painting. You can see here, she's captured the covered bridge, the house that looks like one my mother lived in, the wonderful hills, and people having a wonderful time in the snow. So stay tuned and we'll make one of these ourselves. For this project, you're going to need a piece of blue construction paper, your oil pastels, maybe a white pencil for planning, your paints, and a cup of water. And if you're at school, we might even give you a little cup of white tempera paint. So let's get started. I'm doing a little bit of planning first. I am thinking of a wonderful snowy day with kids outside playing. So like Grandma Moses, I'm going to start with simple shapes. A rectangle for a body, another rectangle for an arm, another arm going down this way, mitten hands, and two rectangles for legs. Don't forget those boots. You'll have to go inside if you're outside playing without any boots on. So when I put a triangle for a hat, put somebody up close and maybe somebody far away, and I might even add a hill way up in the background with a house on it. Grandma Moses often showed houses in her work too, to show you where people lived. Here's going to be someone sledding downhill, and maybe we'll make a skater over here. Do you see how Grandma Moses added the people sledding on the hill, the houses, the bigger trees up close? Okay, so once we have a plan, we're going to get out our oil pastels and start coloring them in. You're going to think about what colors will show up. I think I'm going to try a red parka. Or is that an orange one? Ooh, that's orange. I think I want more red. So don't worry about the snow. We are going to add that later. So I'm putting together my simple shapes. I'm going to find a face color, a circle for the head, a rectangle for the body, two smaller rectangles for the legs. And remember, don't forget those nice boots. Simple boot shapes. Here's my mitten hands. Don't forget your sleeves. And a nice warm hat. So stay tuned and I'll show you how this is done. So once you have your big shapes on the paper, take a big pencil and go back. And you can use that, pressing down hard, to add the details. Those oil pastels are too big and thick for doing details. And it's a really nice idea to trace around the outside to make your shapes show up. I'm adding some eyes, pressing down. You get the idea. Sometimes your shapes disappear a little bit, and it's nice to be able to go back and make them pop. Once you have your shapes outlined so you can see them, and you've added the eyes and the nose and the details like the windows, it's time to add the snow. And the way we add the snow is by taking our white paint, get your brush wet, Go round and round in your white paint so it's a nice thick paint, and dab it on. You could brush on the snow, but if you dab it on, it's going to look soft and fluffy like real snow. And if you leave a little blue showing, that's just fine. It will look like snow shadows. It will also make sure you don't cover up your nice people. So have fun. Add your snow. And fill it with lots and lots of white. So after your painting is dry, a final important touch is to go back with a big fat pencil and outline any shapes that kind of got lost. That will make your picture pop. Put in that nice dark outline and maybe even take some blue to outline your hills, and you will have a very nice Grandma Moses.